KPC began in 1982 as a group of 12 students following an amazing, dynamic teacher. She taught in her small apartment in Silver Spring. As the group of students grew, Jetsima moved into a house. This house had a recreation room on the lower level, and that room allowed more students to attend her teachings. There, in April 1985, under Jetsima's guidance, the group began the 24-hour prayer vigil for peace. Participants vowed to continue until suffering ends. This vigil became the central focus of the group, and to this day, 28 years later, remains their most potent merit-generating activity. Then, in June 1985, His Holiness Pena Rinpoche made his first visit to America. His first stop was to visit Jetsima in Maryland. When His Holiness was told we were looking for a larger space, he described in some detail the building he envisioned for us to find. He said we would be reluctant to purchase that one because it would be too big, too expensive, and too far away. After he left, we went through the material we had collected in our real estate search and found a large home named Eastwind for sale, which is exactly the building His Holiness had described. We had previously rejected it because we thought it was too big, too expensive, and too far away. The owner told us that he had built it with the intention that it would become a religious retreat center. The building was purchased in October 1985, and the 24-hour prayer vigil moved into the new building's recreation room, which became our prayer room. The World Prayer Center, as it was first called, came to life, and gradually the residential building was converted into a suitable home for the Dharma. A wall between the living room and library was removed, and the new large room became the Dharma room, with more space for students to attend Jetsima's teachings. Tibetan Buddhist lamas and khenpos began to come to teach and give empowerments. In 1987, Jetsima went to India to visit His Holiness Pena Rinpoche at Namdrolling Monastery. Upon seeing pictures of the building he had told us to find, His Holiness gave the new temple in Maryland a Tibetan Buddhist name. He named it Kunzang Otsal Payul Changchub Choling, which means fully awakened Dharma continent of excellent clear light. The former World Prayer Center took this new name officially and unofficially became known as KPC. In 1988, His Holiness Pena Rinpoche returned to KPC and bestowed the Rinchen Terzad, Padmasambhava's precious Terma treasury. During this 3-month cycle, students built the first of many large stupas at KPC. This 36-foot tall Enlightenment Stupa was consecrated by His Holiness while he was here. His Holiness Pena Rinpoche also formally enthroned Jetsima Akhond Lhamo. She became the first Western woman to be both recognized as a tulku and enthroned as a lineage holder. In 1981, the 65-acre parcel directly across River Road from the temple was acquired and is known today as the Peace Park. It features walking trails and meditation gardens that are open daily to the public. There is a stupa park with 9 stupas, 5 meditation gardens with small stupas, and the large Migyur Dorje stupa, which houses a relic of the Tertan Migyur Dorje, the teacher of the founders of Payul. Many people have made pilgrimage and circumambulations around this stupa and found tremendous healing results. In the years since, His Holiness Pena Rinpoche visited many times, and Jetsima's merit also drew some of the finest teachers who had come to the West to teach and give empowerments at KPC. Today it has become a place of pilgrimage for many who seek a meditation space, those who follow the Buddha in their native cultures, those who are drawn to the large crystals in the shrine rooms, and those Buddhist practitioners who appreciate the amazing teachings provided by Jetsima Akhond Lhamo and the other lamas of the lineage. Many people come in order to have the Sangha do prayers for their loved ones. In addition to maintaining the 24-hour prayer vigil since 1985, the students at KPC, under Jetsima's direction, are involved in many forms of outreach programs. We maintain a rescue avia for companion parrots, the Garuda Aviary, begun by Jetsima in the early 1990s. It currently houses 60 parrots, most of whom have been rescued from lives of terrible suffering. Also in the early 90s, students of Jetsama started a prison program bringing meditation and Buddhist instruction to prisoners. In the wake of Hurricane Katrina, Tara's Babies was started to give homes to many of the dogs and cats abandoned at that time. It has continued to work with other rescues to find foster homes for animals difficult to place. We also currently fund and assemble bagged lunches for our local homeless shelter and maintain a food bank on the property for those in need. Following the Buddha's teachings about both ordinary and extraordinary compassion, Jetsama and her students pursued the goal to end the suffering of all beings. KPC is the vehicle through which we are doing all we can to accomplish this vast purpose.